Welcome, welcome to your live lunch hour, to the Ceremony Spirit Energy live lunch hour. You know, last week's felt really beautiful to facilitate and to bring a little bit of this magic, of this energy, this energetic transmission to you guys. And I thought, hey, let's keep doing this for a while. Let's see how long we can create these beautiful live lunch hours together. I had lots of people messaging me straight after going, wow, that was so full of heart and so full of love. And thank you. I'm seeing all the beautiful heart showers at the moment. And I really appreciate you taking the time for yourself, for turning up today for you, because this is how we raise our consciousness, evolve spiritually, evolve personally, by taking time to do things that elevate us. You know, I wanted to explain why ceremony, spirit, and energy are something that I feel are foundational to the well-being, not only of us individually, but of us collectively. And as we start to weave the use of these tools, these resources that are so readily available to us, then we're going to see a change in our culture, a change in society, a change in the way we see the world, how we feel in the world. And we all know how much that's needed. So welcome. Welcome again to your live lunch hour. My name's Jen Magenta Moon. I'm so grateful that you're here today and want to share in this ceremonial, shamanic ceremonial hour together. Now, this morning I woke up feeling a little bit drab, and I have had a fantastic week and a half, really high energy, really activated. Now, when we put work out into the world, it initiates us. And I have launched a free workshop that I'm going to tell you about in a moment, called the Shamanic Activation. And I laughed because I'm like, that's right, I'm being initiated by the work. So when we come a bit off that high, it can feel a little bit deflating. Now, I know you all know what I mean when we wake up and we're just not feeling our best. And we're like, I don't really want to show up in the world. And, you know, I may feel a level of shame or guilt, or that I might be judged, or that people won't want to be around me if I'm not feeling at my best. So the question I posed to Spirit this morning is, how can I show up in the best version of me today? I pulled some tarot cards, I did some live channeling, and the message I got was to really just show up in this rawness, in this sense of vulnerability. And I was channeling, and I record myself in the mornings channeling messages, and I sometimes can remember them, other times need to listen back to get the download. And I was getting teary through it because it felt so important to convey how much we are doing exactly what we need to do in this human journey by showing up in our authenticity, in our transparency. You know, we go through life, this huge, beautiful illusion, putting on masks, putting on cloaks, trying to be who we think we should be for other people, for the work we do, to be accepted, to be loved, to be worthy. But the more and more we come back to that core of ourself and just take a moment to appreciate who we are, that's when we're going to see the crystal clear, pristine vision of what it means to live this existence. You know, I went camping with Sean on the weekend, and we were driving out there, and I said, wow, I just feel different. I feel like there's a level of peace that's come over me. And I said, I feel like I've stopped fighting, just fighting against reality. You know, there's this acceptance. And when we can have a healthy inquiry system as to what we're experiencing, this is when we can start to see how everything's working for us. The magic medicine of the message that I got this morning that I wanted to share with all of you is that everything you touch, you see, you feel, you smell has information in it, is coded with new levels of insight. This is how we read the world, how we perceive the world. And when we can start to dive into that more, you're going to receive more. You're going to allow your consciousness to expand. So I've launched this beautiful event. It's a free workshop on the 25th of July at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Now, it's aimed at women, and I really apologize to you guys out there. I know I have some beautiful people in my community, in this tribe, that would also benefit from the work. I just really had to listen to spirit on this one. And there definitely will be other things that will incorporate all of us. And this is for you girls, for you women, for you that are trying to harness the absolute potency of who you are in the work that you do in the world. Because I know I've been here, I've been building my business for years now, that without incorporating spirit, ceremony, energy, and weaving that through everything I do in all the business practices that I do, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be here speaking to you with such passion and, vindiction about how important this is. So I want to help to nourish this within you and to help you to do the work that you came here to, allow you to be the best version of you no matter what mood, energy, emotion you are turning up in today. That you'll have tools, resources, things, practices, techniques to call upon to help shift your energy so that you can either use that maybe dark space that you're in. Like, I'm entering the winter phase of my cycle. You know, I enter my red cave on this weekend. This is a natural progression for a woman. And that's why this workshop is directed at females, is because I can speak to that. We can look at how we can use that in our work rather than trying to turn up and be the same level of productive and energized and wanting to show up as we always are. So my beautiful friend Michelle is going to pop the link into the comments now for me. For anyone who would like to register for that free event, I'd love to see you there. And let's get into it today. So I'd love to open sacred space with you. Enter into this shamanic ceremony together. And this is the key of today, guys. This is why we do this together on a weekly basis, so that we can feel in connection to ourselves, open to receiving the messages that are available to us, and seeing what new perspectives and new insights and what can light up for us that might change the rest of the week, the rest of the day, hey, even the rest of the year for us. So just taking a moment, taking a breath in, feeling yourself seated, sitting, standing, driving, walking, wherever you are. Perhaps you're on the replay, knowing that the potency of this never dies. Energy continues to work. And taking a moment just to call yourself fully present. Call all parts of you in from all time, people, places, and events. And see them kind of flitting in. As I'm checking into all of your energy bodies, I can see all these almost like butterflies and birds, aspects of you just flying back home to roost. Make it a safe space for all of you to be here. Let's call in the spirits of the east and the energy of water. That beautiful body of water that surrounds this country that I'm currently in, that surrounds whatever area that you're in. It's in the air, it's in our bodies. Take a drink of water now if you have that close with you. As that water passes your lips and goes down your throat, feel it, thank it. It is a life force energy. It is an element that is absolutely paramount to who we are. When I was in the shower this morning, I was thinking, and I was like, okay, I'm just allowing this water to clear me, and I got out feeling so much more calmer. The simple rituals are the most impactful. They're the ones we can just incorporate in our days with so much ease. Thank you, and Ashe. Calling in the direction of the north and the element of air. This air that fills our beings, that we can breathe in, we can take a fresh breath and let it out with a sigh. We can release through our breath, through our voice. We can express ourselves. We give great thanks for that ability to express. We give out thanks for that wisdom to come in and whisper on the ears, thanking the wind and the winged ones. Ashe. Calling in the spirits of the west and the energy of fire. I had to go and sit on my balcony before we began to warm up, to feel those rays hit my body, to illuminate that which we would do today. We call fire in to show us what we can release, what can be let go of, that can be transmuted, to allow us to go through our death phase and we can be reborn like the phoenix in the ashes. Ashe. Calling in the spirits of the south and the energy of earth. Mother Earth, when I feel you, I feel your heartbeat. I feel the energy and consciousness that my feet rest upon you, and I am grateful. This earth energy that I can call on at any time, this grounding cord that I can send down at any time, helps to anchor me, helps to bring me into this space so that I can be a clear channel. I can be an anchor for spirit to come through. And so can you. Ashe. Giving great thanks to the sacred below, the sacred above, and the sacred in between, the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Let us open that today. Open that now in this sacred ceremonial space. And allow ourselves to dive in for a moment. Now, when I take clients through shamanic sessions, I spend some time before we go into the journey aspect, checking into our energy bodies, checking into where they are, if there's anything that's standing out. This helps to clear anything that's ready to go before we even begin. But it elevates our frequency. Now, when we raise our frequency, there's a real purpose to this. What it does is it expands us. Think about how retracted you feel when you are scared or angry or disappointed or sad. You close in. You lower your frequency because it feels safer to do that sometimes. Raising our frequency. Think about when you are ecstatically happy, or you're laughing, or you're dancing. Your vibration raises, it broadens. Therefore, it's more receptive to a lot more that's going on around you. When we raise our frequency, we access new dimensional frequencies. This is the realm of spirit. This is why we do that, so that we can be in a sense of communication. We'll be more open to hearing their seeing and their signs and symbols and synchronicities. So let's raise our vibration. Let's go into a short journey together. And I want you to be mindful of what you pick up. Whether you see things, feel things, hear things, or just know. It could be a color. It could be a memory that pops up. That is what we're going to do our readings on today. That is what I'd love for you to share when we've done this journey, so I can bring through the Arcturians, bring through these psychic readings, and see what we can decipher from this. It's a beautiful little game to play. All right, my loves. So just tapping into your heart space, feeling it like a golden light. Imagining it in your mind's eye, that beautiful heart shape, emanating, glowing, growing. As it expands, you feel it push against the boundaries of your body. You feel this golden light filling you up, circulating through your veins, your circulatory system, your bones, your organs, your cells. As it touches each thing, it lights it up, it activates it, it turns it on, it switches it up. The volume starts to rise. As you feel into this raising of love vibration and it hits those edges of your body, allow it to pour out into your energetic field. Allow that radiance that is you to move further out, filling up the aura, allowing it to radiate, resonate, vibrate at a higher frequency than it was before. Even if you're turning it up just a notch or two, it's going to make a massive difference to what you can receive. Sending a grounding cord from your root chakra right into the center of the earth, allowing any stagnant energy to flow down that cord and calling on that beautiful earth energy to come up, pooling in that root chakra. Ah, good. I can feel it. I can feel all of your energies moving and shifting. Opening up that crown chakra now and welcoming in that cosmic energy, allowing it to flow down the back of the spine as it hits that root chakra, coming up the front, up back through the neck and out through the crown, showering out through this auric field. Now you've washed it with that beautiful energy from inside and out. Let's go. Let's do this beautiful journey together. Closing your eyes if you are capable and safe to do so. I want you to feel now, inviting you to imagine yourself in a beautiful nature grove. Beneath your feet is lush green grass. Around you arches tall, tall trees, and their canopy overhead creates this dappled sunlight that comes down and warms your skin. As you feel this space around you, this safe, beautiful, magical nature space, you notice that you're in a sort of circle, that there are stones edging around the outside. As you slowly turn around and see each of these circled stones in place, you realize you are in a vortex. As you move, the energy sort of starts to morph and spin around you. Then something, someone, some memory, some color, some symbol, some animal appears in front of you now. This thing is a representation of where you are right now. Ask it to show you what it means. Is it an inner child aspect, calling for you to bring more playfulness in? Is it a guide or a galactic being? Is it a gift? Perhaps it's a power animal. Is it just a small little token upon the ground? Feel into what this is. If you're not a visual person, what memory is popping up right now? Maybe someone's popped into your mind. I want you to ask this thing a question. How can I show up as the best version of me today, this week, for whatever I'm going through at this time? beautiful. In this nature grove, you can play there as long as you want. You can go back there in your meditations at any time. I want to open up the floor now for you to share what you experienced, or if you have any specific questions around ceremonies, spirit energy that you'd like me to jam on, do psychic read-ons, do live channeling on, and we will enjoy this live lunch hour together. I'm just going to have a look through your beautiful comments. Good morning, everyone. Michelle, Scott, Stasia, Cheryl, Sean, Banjo and Remy. Thank you for bringing this beautiful gift into the world. You're a gift. All of you are a gift. We're sharing this together. I really appreciate it. Michelle, I'm feeling a lot today. Michelle is going through some big teeth issues, and gosh, it can so affect you. I'm sending you so much love, Angel. All right, Tim, hello. Thank you for sharing the shamanic activation link, Michelle. And Stasia says she's registered, she's coming. Rima, hello, beautiful. Susan, hi, darling. All right, so let me know what it is that you are traveling through at the moment. What do you want some help on? Stasia's saying, I saw a hawk, mostly feathers. I asked what I needed, but only saw flying. Beautiful. All right, let me tune in to the energy of the hawk. And remember, guys, that the messages that come through aren't just for the individual. They are here as a collective message. So what you are receiving, there might be a message in there for you. It might trigger something for you. So always be open. This is how spirit is here to communicate with you guys. Stasia, when I see the feathers, I see this kind of winged, you know, almost like a smudging fan. It's like this sense of peace, of freedom, of expansion. I'm feeling them saying this message to you today of where in your life are you not feeling this? Where have you felt like you are constricted, where you need to fly? The hawk has amazing vision. Where is this vision needing to be directed at the moment? They're showing me a beautiful pattern upon the wings, upon each feather. They're so intricately designed. And it's almost like attention to the detail. You know, where in your life are you able to connect to the beauty that is in the moment? Because it's like when we see a whole picture, you know, you can't see the forest because of the trees. And it's like taking that moment to really connect into what is actually perfect right now. Yes, we may want this, desire this, ask for this, and it can be a life that we create where it's always disappointing. If we're always wanting what we don't have, we take ourselves out of heaven and put ourselves into hell. So the more we can see the beauty, see the freedom, see where I do feel expansive, see the beauty in the minute right here and now, that is a way to attune your frequency to a high vibrational level that's just going to keep calling in and attracting more and more of that vibration. It's very easy for us to stay in the want mentality where we feel like we're missing something from our life. Yeah, I just see now them presenting the hawk in its strength, in its fullness, in its vitality, in its life, and it's looking so strong, like that direct vision of like, I see you, what you're doing, how much energy and love you put into it, you're seen. You're all seen. Don't stop giving from fear, giving from doubt. This is the time, more than any other of our lives, for us to really step up and expand and show ourselves for what we're here to gift, how we're here to serve. You know, when I said on the weekend I felt this sense of peace, that I'd stopped fighting, this level of fear had left me. It's like I've shifted into the next state of being for myself at the moment. This solstice eclipse window period that we've just kind of stepped out on is now providing this next level of clarity. I'd be interested to hear if any of you are feeling it as well. All right. Stasia is saying, I'm really feeling this serious gateway. It's been amazing, but also challenging. So any guidance would be wonderful. Yeah. The Syrians have actually been coming in more than I've experienced them before lately. You know, we've got the Lion's Gate coming up in August. And when they show me this, it's like an archway with this kind of tunnel coming from it. And these blue, like fountain lights coming down the background. It's this invitation. It's this invitation to walk through, to trust. You know, so many of us don't do the things that we feel we should do, that we know we're called to, that our soul and spirit just are desiring, because we are scared. We want to know where we're going to jump to. We want to know that that leap is going to land, and it takes away from the idea of it being a leap of faith. You know, as we support in the work that I do with Susan Santora, Michela Vornavati, in my own work, we're supporting a lot of women to really come into themselves, to find their business voice, to find their own voice. And we see these kind of patterns, these looping patterns start to happen where we still get stuck in our own prisons, that the door's actually wide open, we just can't see it. So this gateway that they're showing me is this sense of this gateway's been sitting there ready for us, but it's now only beginning to show itself. It's an invitation to connect to the interdimensional help, the brothers and sisters out there that are here to assist us. You know, it's not just been me switching it on and I've been able to channel with my guides and the galactic beings overnight. This is something I've worked on for many, many, many years. And it's something that all of us can cultivate within ourselves, this connection to our guides, this open communication. And part of this today is to help to give you guys some tools, techniques, and practices that can start to tune this up for you. You know, it really is like a radio channel. We've got to get ourselves at the right frequency. They've got to bring their frequency to match so that we can get the clearest channel that we can. This gateway is an opportunity, an invitation to walk into that space. This is the new paradigm. This is the new earth we're creating. This is how we cultivate a sacred life. I hope that helps. Okay, Scott is saying he got a baby deer, a fawn. Message, I think I was trying to be more playful. Pictured it running, jumping around, etc. I may be wrong, but that was the vibe. Now, you don't need to doubt yourself, beautiful. None of you need to doubt this. And this is one of the beautiful things we can start to understand when we work with spirit. We can often think, oh, I was just making it up, I was just imagining it. And it's all messages. If the feeling you got was playfulness, you know, when I tap into a deer, I feel youthful and I feel exuberant and I feel excited about life. Like, oh, I'm going to jump over here and what's this to explore? And like, that's a beautiful message of, remember, your divine being, your essence is that, is forever, eternally playful and exuberant and joyful. It's only when we come and be in this human vessel, in this this meat ship, that we are brought into a more dense, you know, and we've got the levels of all the things we need to worry about being a human being. And playfulness is our innate nature. How can you bring a bit more of that into your world? When I'm tuning into this baby deer, I can see like a big man's hand kind of holding the back of its neck. And it's not necessarily a dominance thing. Like they're showing me it could go either way. It's like you could control that deer and hold it and keep it still and tell it that it needs to behave. And I feel like this is a message around your inner child. Or you could gently hold it. Like I feel the same when I hold Elkie at the back of her. I just sort of place my hand there and it's more of this loving embrace that connects me with her. So it's like, what are you choosing today? Do you use that holding grip to restrain that playfulness that this deer invokes? Or do you gently connect to it and bring its energy into your body and go, yeah, that's part of me too? Because a baby deer can feel quite vulnerable as well, quite weak. So sometimes we go, well, I don't want to be vulnerable and weak, but it's like, which aspects of the deer are we going to call in today? It'd be quite a good idea too, Scott, to look up some deer spirit medicine interpretations online. Okay, Cheryl is sharing that she received a glowing light being, letting me know that I'm always supported. Beautiful. So when I tap into the pool of guides that are here right now, oh, it's like I see this huge ring of people, you know, they're placing us in this circle. And there's many, many, many people, you know, maybe it's the ones that will catch the replay. It could be ones that watch this well into the future, you know, there's no linear time here. There are all of us and then these pools of guides behind us, and it's like they're all able to communicate when we come into this space together. I feel guided to just bring through a channeled message at the moment, so just allow that to come. Gently, dear ones. Gently, for there is no path. There is no destination. There is only the now. When you find yourself in the crevice, in the crack, you must relish that space and understand that it is there to teach you, to help you to harness what that crevice feels like. How can you apply the understanding and the love of that to the expansiveness when you are back out in that space of sunshine again? They are showing us today that the connection between you all is strong, that there is a bounty of energy here to tap into, to call upon. We ask you now to open yourselves to this energetic frequency, that the pool of you creates a Torah, a field of it that you can collect, resonate, assimilate with. And this will serve you. This will attune you. This will give you your being and understanding of what that frequency feels like so you can find it whenever you need. these groups, these connections are the foundation to the next layer. We ask you to align yourself with your integrity, with your deepest heart truth. This is not the beliefs in your mind. This is the deepest heart resonance that you can muster. Your beliefs can change. Your perspectives can change. Your thoughts can change. You can craft a whole world using all of them. Yet your heart truth and heart resonance are also and always beating at that one strong state. Open yourself up. Open yourself up to the majesty, the magic, the relevance, the reverence of what this day can bring. How you show up as your best self could simply be in stillness. The doing is not what is important. It is the being. Wow, okay, nice. Yeah, Stasia's saying, yes, wow, I feel that so much restriction in my life lately. What's it like over there at the moment, Stasia? She's over in the USA. I know Susan's over in LA, so we have been hearing that it's opening up a bit more. But whether it's opening up or not, like, I know that once we went through this transformation in our world, we have, I don't know, there's a new layer of restriction on our own beings that we then need to deal with. How do we want to not just show up, but interact and be present? It's not the same energy anymore. So it's like we need to craft a new version of ourselves that is deciding how they are placed, what they are creating. Hello, James. Beautiful. All right. How are we going? So if there's any other questions you would like a reading on, Stasia's saying we're actually opening here, but it's such a weird dynamic with people fighting with each other. Wow. So the energy of fighting, you know, when I just sort of spoke about that before, that I'd allowed a level of my own being. So if we see the world as a representation of what we are experiencing, we are fighting within ourselves, and so therefore we're going to be more aware of the fighting in our environment. It's time to put war onto paper. It's time to understand, okay, if I'm noticing all this fighting, Stasia, and this could be a nice practice for you if you are feeling that restriction, or anyone that's feeling that restriction, to say, like, identify what the thing is that is feeling impactful. Let's say it's everyone's fighting with each other. Turn it around. How am I fighting myself? How am I fighting other people? Now, you might be fighting yourself by restricting how you talk to people, how you relate to them, who you let into your home, your heart, what you do. And when we are, how are you fighting other people? Again, putting those walls up, putting those heart shields up. Because the only person that we can ever change is ourselves. We can show up as ourselves in our brightness, in our fullness, in our rawness, and it might impact someone's life. It might influence them. They might learn something. They may choose to change, but that is their free will. When we start to do this work on ourselves, start to incorporate ceremony, spirit, and energy into our being, into our life, have healthy inquiry systems, understand how to transform the inner battle, that's when we start to see our world change. That was the evidence I got on the weekend. I had a situation occur that had happened in the same space back on New Year's, and I realized my reaction was completely different. And I went, wow, I just don't have the fear response in my body that I did before. That's when we start to see evidence of applying this to our life. Okay. So thank you for your comments, your questions, your time and your energy today. I'm going to open the floor back up to Spirit. I'm going to see if they have any final channeled messages for today, and then we'll close our sacred space. If there's any other questions or desires for answers psychically or channeled, pop them in. So I'm being shown a book opening upon the third eye. And it's like this flutter effect. It's like we're moving into the space of inner knowing, of inner wisdom. That when there's like a bright light that is emanating from this book. Now, when I'm shown a book, it can have reference to a few things. Sometimes it's the Akashic records. Sometimes it's a contract that we've created. Other times it's that well of knowledge that it is available to us. We speak today of that well of knowledge. We speak today of opening ourselves up to what is here, for it is all here. There is a resonance and a frequency that you are all on that can be aware of so many more things in your environment than you are currently able to perceive. There is an overstimulation with time on screens that could be turned down and some more stillness brought in for the volume of wisdom, of knowledge that is here for you to be heard. There is a change point happening at this time. We invite you to make a decision within yourself. How do you want to experience this change point, this activation that is going to occur? We ask you to call in your body, for this vessel is not needed to be separated or questioned. It is an information tool as well. There is the ability to inquire to your thoughts, inquire to your beliefs, to decompartmentalize them, to deconstruct them, to dissolve them so they do not have the power over you. The physical pain, the illnesses, the diseases in your body are also part of this communication that can be inquired into. When there is interference on the energetic and spiritual levels that impact the physical, we can do healing on the spiritual and energetic. However, the time it takes to assimilate into the physical may take a little bit of time. We ask for you to be patient with your bodies, with these vessels that you are in. We ask for you to honor them, for the cleaner they are, the clearer they are an open channel for us, for spirit, for this energy to anchor into. The more you ground to Mother Earth, the more you consciously open up to source energy. This allows that clearing to take place. You will find naturally as you open to these practices that you will desire cleaner nourishment, more water, more whole food, more sunshine, more grounding. There is need for movement of the energy which is assisted through physical movement. Each and every day, a walk, exercise, yoga, stretching, some form of opening and expansion to move the energy within your beings will assist in this clarity. Keep going with what you are feeling drawn to. There is a momentum taking place, and as you continue to move towards that and use this momentum, speed builds and things open up. When you stagnate, when you stop, there is a pause, there is a need to start the momentum again, and sometimes it is hard to get back into the same flow. There is ability to have momentum in stillness. It is a reframing and understanding that you are, all of you is in this together. That the stillness and the movement and the productivity and the relaxation are all part of the same moving forward. That it is very needed for your beings to incorporate that. When you change and you reframe, it allows that momentum to continue. Desires. Desires are still healthy. We ask for you to understand the launch rocket of a desire, that you are able to feel the desire, feel the thing or being or situation that you are calling to arrive in your heart, to understand what it will gift your world and your life. Ask yourself, are you wanting this from a place of lack or a place of expansion? And then trust and let go and let the universe create this for you. This is the difference between desire and a want that doesn't leave you. Trust that you are being looked after. Craft your life with conscious intention. Write down the things that you want to see manifest this week and watch them play out before you. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for your time today, for joining me. The Shamanic Activation event is going to be full of awesomeness. I hope to see you guys there. I'll be jumping on next week on Wednesday at the same time for our live lunch hour. So prep any questions you get over the week around spirit, around your existence, around what it is to be human in this lifetime, and we'll do some more channeling, we'll do some more sacred ceremony. So for now, we will close our beautiful sacred space, giving great thanks to all our guides for the messages that came through, for all of your guides, for the angels, interdimensional brothers and sisters, our power animals, and for anything that you might get as a sign, symbol, or synchronicity in your day. I gently close down the sacred in between, the sacred above, and the sacred below. I give great thanks and gently close down south and earth. I give great thanks and gently close down west and fire. I give great thanks and gently close down north and air. And I give great thanks and gently close down east and water. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for showing up for ceremony, spirit, and energy. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you soon. Mwah!